Hello everyone! Today I have a fun Mediterranean diet recipe for you. We're going to make fish cake sliders. You can use any type of whitefish fillet for this recipe, like tilapia or catfish. I'm going to use flounder today. And it's really easy because you put all the ingredients into a food processor, or you can use a blender if you want to, and then we're going to bake them in the oven. So let me show you how we do it. Here are the ingredients for the fish cakes. I have a pound of flounder here. We have some breadcrumbs. We're going to use a little splash of cream sherry. We have a shallot, some garlic bulbs, and we're going to use a piece of this jalapeno pepper. We're going to put it all together in the food processor, and it's going to make a nice little fish cake batter. We're also going to make tzatziki sauce as a dressing for the sliders. It's a dip that's made with Greek yogurt and cucumbers and a little dill. We're going to put a little garlic in there, a little splash of vinegar, some salt, and some extra virgin olive oil. And it comes out really fresh and yummy tasting. It's a traditional dip that you find in Greece. Here I have the pound of flounder. I've rinsed and patted dry the fillets, and we're going to put them in the food processor. Now, you don't have to make a whole pound of this if you don't want to, if you're just making it for a few people. And I'm going to put the whole pound in here. Before we add any of the other ingredients, I'm going to give this a few pulses to get the fish started. I've cut the shallot and the garlic into chunks to make it easier to put in the food processor. And I used about a half of the jalapeno pepper, and I've removed the seeds. So use as little or as much of the jalapeno as you want depending on your taste. So this is all going in the food processor. Once we've given that a good mix, we're going to add a little splash of the cream sherry and some breadcrumbs. And we'll mix it up again. The sherry adds a nice creamy flavor to it, and the breadcrumbs help everything stick together. And you want to get it to a consistency where it can form patties. So you can pick it up with your fingers and you can mold it into shapes. This is perfect. I've covered a baking sheet with some parchment, and I've given it a shot of some cooking spray so that they don't stick. So I'm going to start forming little meatball sizes of these because they're going to be slider size. And then we're going to flatten them out. We're going to dip them in the breadcrumbs and put them on the baking sheet. I'm going to take a spoonful of the fish mixture, roll it around in my hands like I'm making a meatball, flatten it out a little bit because you want them to fit on a slider roll. And I'm going to dip them in the breadcrumbs on each side and put them on the parchment. So we're going to continue like that until we get through all the batter, and then we're going to bake them in the oven. So that made a nice even dozen. I have the oven set for 385, and we're going to bake these for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to turn them over, and then they'll probably need another 10 to 15 minutes after that. So here we go. Now that the fish cakes are in the oven, I'm going to show you how to make tzatziki sauce. So the first step is to grate the cucumber with the box grater. So like this. Be very careful of your fingers because these are very sharp. You'll see it's all on the inside. Cucumbers have a lot of water in them, so we need to strain the water out, so that's the next step. So I'm going to put the cucumber into a colander. We're going to sprinkle on some salt to help encourage the water to come out. And we're going to put this in the sink and let it drain for a little bit. So put your yogurt into a mixing bowl. This is about a cup. And make sure you use plain Greek yogurt. We're going to add about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, about a teaspoon of white wine vinegar, About a teaspoon of dill. I have dried dill. And a little bit of salt. I'm going to put in, I minced up that garlic clove that we had, and we're going to stir that in as well. So it looks like it's not going to mix up at first because the olive oil looks like it doesn't want to mix with the yogurt, but just keep stirring. It will eventually come together. As you can see. And now it's ready for the cucumbers. So I tried to push all the water I could through the colander, but there's so much water in a cucumber you won't believe. So I'm going to put this into some paper towels. It's much better if you use a tea towel. I just don't have one at the moment. So I'm using a paper towel. So put it all into the middle of a couple of paper towels. And wrap it up tight. And we're going to squeeze it out. And now we're going to fold it in to the yogurt mixture. You don't have to use this much cucumber if you don't want to, just everything is to taste. But I like it this way, it tastes nice and fresh. So now I'm going to transfer this to a little container. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. These are the rolls we're using for the sliders tonight. They're little brioche dinner rolls. But I think they're the perfect size to make cute little sliders, don't you? I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know if you try it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, do all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!